This video is actually something I've wanted to do for a long time. It's basically I wanted to introduce a lot of the UK brand makeups that not a lot of people even know about. I've asked a few people like, oh, have you heard of this brand? Have you heard? No. It's like, really? So it's like, I thought, hey, this is a perfect time to like kind of show some of the stuff that I have and some of the brands that you can actually check out their websites or whatever. I'll link them in the bottom because there's so much good stuff and it's not very expensive. Yes, you have to pay for the international shipping, which sucks, and some of them's a little bit more expensive than others, but I love it. Like, I literally haven't bought makeup that's not like from the UK in a long time, unless it's something I'm just like replenishing, but I don't look at other makeups anymore. So since it's something that I love, I thought I would share it with you guys. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Okay guys, so I already have my brows on because I only used one product that's from the UK, and that's the By Caitlin collection. It's literally the same as the NYX brow gel and also the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. So I do have two other like little UK little brow ones that I like from Pink Honey. They're so cute, like the little honey pots, but they're a little bit messier. You got to kind of activate it with water. You put your little spoolie in there and they really do hold, but it's just I just didn't feel like using that, but I did want to share that I do have those, but this one's just a lot easier, so that's what I used. The rest of the brows are just my regular brow routine, which is not from the UK. So I do have on this polished, put it here. That's why my skin might look a little darker down here. I always put that, so if my foundation's a little darker, I always put something on my chest if I'm not using a tanner. So I did use that, and it smells like chocolate. I love those. And I just put it on with like a little body brush, so I use that. So now we're gonna go right into the skin. I already have my face prepped, like my moisturizers and stuff. So I'm gonna start with my lips first. I'm gonna use this Plump It. I haven't had my lips done in over a year. I usually get them done in February every year, which is my birthday month. And you know, it's kind of like a little touch up for every year, but I have not done it. So I have this little Plump It. It kind of is like one of those tingly ones. I just wanted to put this on because I did get it off TikTok. Just go to the store and buy it. You do have to buy this off the website. And it's gonna start, you're gonna start seeing it kind of get red, but that's because it's gonna start really plumping up. So I just wanna do that first because I'm also gonna put on some lip mask, and I don't have anything also, I don't have anything from the UK on that one, but I'm gonna use the NARS lip mask in Orgasm. So my lips are gonna be nice and hydrated while I'm doing my makeup. As usual, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my eyes first. I do have that concealer over my eyes, and that's all. And then I just dusted my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I do have UK brand powders, but not translucent. That is my skin color. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I just use that. So for my eyeshadow, and I think I did a video already on this palette. This is the P. Louise Canceled palette. I don't know if it's made anymore, but it literally has so many colors, you guys, like all these neutrals. And I'm going to use some brushes that are from the UK as well. I always have one set of brushes that I use for the whole entire week, and then I clean these and I get a new set. So I'm going to start with just a little flat brush. So I'm going to start with a nice smoky brown color. I'm also going to use my little mirror that I have a mirror right here, but that way I don't have to keep turning away. This is the little Jenna Tutorials. Now Jenna Tutorials is, I'm going to use her bronzer and everything today, but for whatever reason she stopped shipping to the US. So I'm really mad about that because I was about to order a pair of lashes, but I happened to jump on her live on TikTok and I asked her, and she said that that's just temporary. They will start shipping again. So if you like this palette that I'm going to show you, it's literally like my favorite eyeshadow palette, but I wanted to use this one for the more smokier colors in this one. But if you do like that, she will start shipping again eventually. So, all right. So I'm just going to go with a nice dark brown, and we're just going to like pack this. And this is why I like to do my shadows first, because if it falls on my skin, I can go ahead and clean it up before I mess up all my makeup. So I'm just packing color on the outside right here because I want to be the darker outside and I'll have a lighter inside. I'll do the same thing to the other eye. I'm going to take a little smaller brush. Oh, the first brush that I used, this is actually from P. Louise. And then this is another P. Louise brush. So these are both little P. Louise brushes. This is a little soft, fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip it into like a reddish brown and just kind of go over that edge right there to kind of blend that out. Thing I'm going to do is I want to bring this color out, so I'm going to take it with this little tool that I got off TikTok. It's the same thing as using tape, but of course I always want to try things out, so here I am using it. And I'm going to use it, you just put it under your eye and you just use it to like map out where you want your color to go. So I am going to have to turn here because of course I need my two hands, so I can't hold my mirror, so I'll be right back. I just kind of brought it out there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on that side, and you'll be able to see this way. I'll leave it right here. You can just see I just basically use it to just kind of sculpt out the outside of the eye. I'm gonna go back with that little fluffy brush and just soften the edges right there. I'm just gonna soften the edges of that brown again. Really, really super lightly. Now I'm going to mix like a corally color and like a light brown just to get a color to just kind of soften even that edge right there. I'm going to put a color in the center. I'm going to take this from P. Louise. It's called a cut carver. It's literally like using Vaseline, but it's a little gimmicky thing that I bought, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. Just take your concealer brush and you're just gonna basically carve out where you have color, cutting the crease basically. And then take like a little Q-tip and you can kind of just get rid of that color, everything that's on there. And you can just go straight with the concealer, but I don't like the fact of putting concealer on top of the shadow because to me it makes it feel really muddy, so I don't do that. I like to take out the color. So now you're left with like no color on the inside and you just have like the smokiness on the outside. Now I will put a concealer there to help the pigments layer better, if that makes sense. The centers all just with the concealer, so now I can layer on like a lighter color and it'll kind of show up better. So I'm going to take another brush by P. Louise and I'm going to take, let's do a little shimmer. And I'm going to take like a little shimmer shadow. Let's put that right where we just took off all that other color. And I do want like a lighter on the inside, so I'm going to take like a lighter shimmer right in the inner part right here. Basically like the inner third, so it's a lot brighter on the inner corner of your eye. What you don't want is that harsh stop right there between the two colors. I'm going to take the color that I used, like that corally and brown mixture, and I'm going to put them in between right here, in between that new color that we just laid down and the dark outer corner. And just kind of go back and forth to like darken or, you know, add whatever. Like right here now I'm going to add that darker part right here in the outer corner where it kind of got taken away a little bit by all the blending that was happening. So this is just that first dark color that we used. And then we'll go back again with that kind of reddish color that we used to blend that one out. So it's just all about blending, that's all. And then on this harsh edge, I do want to take like a little pencil brush. It's a little stiffer. Just kind of get rid of that harshness on the outside. Soften that on both sides. This one looks a little higher than the other one. That's why I don't like that tool. It's not really, I mean, it was only like, what, $5, so it's nothing, but save your money and just use your tape. It's probably a little better. I just thought it'd be fun to use it in a video, but I'm gonna go ahead and put an eyeliner, but I don't have a UK brand eyeliner, so I'm just gonna use this brown one This is from Fenty Beauty. So I'm just gonna pop this on really quick, just to give a little color into my lash line. Okay, now I know it looks super weird with no lashes with all this eye makeup on top, but I usually put my lashes on, but I've been doing the concealer and everything first, because I've been realizing when I put my lashes on, sometimes if I blink, the concealer like kind of gets onto the lashes, and then it's hard, and then it keeps like transferring. So I put my lashes on last now. So just to let you know, I know this looks weird. I want to do my primers right now, and I always use like a pore primer and then also a regular primer to kind of hold on my makeup. So for the pore priming, I'm going to use the P. Louise. It's called Block O'Clock, and it literally just kind of fills in your pores right where you need it. So that's where I'm going to put it, right in the center, my nose and my cheek area. And then for the actual face primer, I'm going to use this Oui Cherie. It's again from the Beauty Crop, and it's very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip. It just that this one has more hydration. I could feel it. I could feel it when I'm rubbing it on. It still has that tackiness, but it feels more moisturizing. You'd have to like feel it to know what I'm talking about. Like with the Hydro Grip, I feel like it's like you're rubbing it in, you can just feel like stickiness. This one rubs in, you can still feel the tack, but it feels a lot more moisturizing. So hopefully that makes sense. The next thing, I'm just gonna kind of give my skin a little bit of color before I put my foundation, just like a little glow underneath, and I'm gonna use the Be Perfect Instant Bronze Boost. Now this, I sometimes when I'm just like going out on my day off, I'll use just what I just did and then put this, and then that's all I use. But just like a little corrective concealer because of my dark spots. But other than that, that's all I would use. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Just put a little bit on my tray here. So I just put a little bit, and then I'm going to just smooth that on my skin. So you'll see it just has a little bit of color, not a lot of coverage, but it gives your skin a little, what it says, an instant boost. It's like those little gel drops. I've already showed, I think it was a TikTok I did, that I showed like all these different little ones that I have, because I'm kind of obsessed with this type of formula when you don't want a lot of color, but you don't want your skin to look like dead. So I love these boosting drops. Next will be my foundation. And for a foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and use the H&B the Luminous Soft Focus Airbrush Foundation. This is the same as the concealer that I used. So again, I'm gonna put this onto my tray. And I'm gonna go ahead with my brush. Oh, and this brush is the By Caitlin collection. This one was her little, I can't remember what the name of the collection was, but there's only 3 brushes, and they come in 3 different sizes. So I use it for the foundation. There's one for my cream bronzer and one for my cream blush, but I only have this one right now because the other ones are dirty, so I have a different one that I'll use for that, but there is 3 and I love them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on. So once I've put it all on my skin, I go in with an actual sponge and just to soften everything, make sure there's no streaks or anything. And this is actually from By Caitlin as well. This is the softest sponge you'll ever use. So I love this for my face. It comes in a pack of 3. I can't even tell you how soft. It feels like a little cloud. I have a lot of different sponges, and I use the e.l.f. is probably my next, like I like Real Techniques, obviously Beauty Blender, but Beauty Blender I'll never buy again because it's like 20 bucks for a Beauty Blender, you know what I mean? And you don't need that because there's so many beauty blenders out there for less. Okay, so it's literally been 3 hours. I went to go pick up my oldest son from school. We went to go get something to eat. Then I had to drop him off, and then I had to go pick up my younger son. So needless to say, my makeup definitely feels like it was very hot outside. I'm wearing a friggin' sweater. It was definitely cooler earlier, and then by the end, towards the end, it started getting hot again. So I'm like sweating, I'm like, ugh. So I'm basically sprayed a little bit of my hydrating mist, and I put a little bit more foundation back on, and now I'm ready to move on for the rest of my makeup. I did wear my sunglasses the whole time because I didn't want people to see me with like half my makeup done because it looks so weird. And I made myself a nice coffee because I'm like sweating. So now I'm gonna work under my eyes. My under eyes are so dark lately. I have not been sleeping very well. So good thing I have this new corrector, which is a pink corrector. I used to always just use the Becca Brightening, which is like a little peachy pink corrector. But now I actually have the Pink Honey Carry-On collection, which so funny that I did that pink under eye video, which I should have waited till I got this collection because this is all about the pink under eye. But she actually has a corrector that's pink. So I'm gonna use this, and this one is the one in bubblegum. So I'm gonna do this right underneath where I'm dark, right in that little inner corner. And I'm going to put my regular concealer, which I'm using the HMB again. This is a darker color than the one I used under my brows because this one's kind of more towards my skin tone. Because I have so much brightness here, I don't need that much there. I'll put a little bit on my forehead and my nose, my chin, my lips, and then I will do the kind of like that. So I'm going to take my favorite little concealer. This is from Doll Beauty. This is actually a little mini, the foundation brush like that too, but you saw I used this one for foundation today. I just like ones with like a little angle, but I'm using this one today, but I love this for this concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend this little concealer out. So even though my foundation was a little bit darker, because my concealer's lighter, it kind of lightens everything. So it kind of balances out in the end. That's when they say trust the process, right? Because when you look at something that looks so weird, just like my eyes look super weird right now because I'm not wearing my lashes, it'll all come together in the end. For cream contour, I have multiple ones, but I'm going to use today the one from Pink Honey. And this is just the BFF in Toffee Truffle. I'm gonna use this brush from Peaches and Cream. It's a smaller version. Oh, here's my foundation brush. You can see it's a little smaller. I actually have this same style in this brush. This is from Peaches and Cream. This is by Caitlin. But I like the brushes, so I have the same one, but it's already dirty. But it's that same angled, but it's smaller. So I'm gonna use this for the foundation, for the cream contour. And we're gonna just go on the sides of the cheekbones. Chin. I have like a longer chin, so I like to shorten it. That's why I do this here. I don't really do a lot on the jawline, just kind of blend what's out left, but I don't do a strong one. And then obviously the forehead. I'm gonna take a small little brush to do the contour on my nose. The next thing I'm gonna do is take what's called the Pink Popsicle Paint, and this is the cream blush. And this is also from the Pink Honey and Carry-On collection. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on the tops of my cheeks. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the top. And then you can kind of blend it into the eye. And you can go back with your concealer brush that had a little bit of that concealer and blend it all here. So before I set any of this, I'm gonna go with, this is the Beauty Crop Pore Filter Mattifying Mist. This is kind of gonna set all of these like cream products that I have before I put powder on. So it's kind of hydrating my skin because it's a mist, but it's also setting all that. And I'm just gonna kind of blotch them all together. The next thing I'm gonna do is take my Charlotte Tilbury again. I have different powders, but this is definitely by far for like older skin. It doesn't settle in the fine lines, so I definitely love this one the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this to set this concealer. I'm going to kind of take away any kind of little creases, and then we'll just set that. I just like kind of press it on with a brush, because if you press it on with a sponge, it's a little heavier. So this one, just because I'm setting that. What I'm gonna do really quick, and I always wait until after my foundation's on, because I always go over my lips with foundation. So what I want to put on is, and this is gonna look weird because I have like a strong eye, but I like this. This is the lip liner Stay In. It's from Sachu, I believe it's called. It's that TikTok viral lip stain. So it looks dark, but it's actually, this is the nude color. So what I'm gonna do is put this on my lips, and I'm just gonna keep it on while I do the rest of my powder, and then we'll peel it off. It literally peels off, and it's gonna just leave a nice little lip liner to my lips. So it's not gonna be this color. I'm actually putting on the nude one, and I do have the mauve one as well. I literally just realized I forgot to put on my shadow base. I actually have the P. Louise shadow base, and I forgot to put this on, so we won't be using that. I have like this little box that I have like all the makeup that I wanted to use today, so I didn't forget to use something in there. I did, I forgot that. What I wanna do is add my bronzer. The bronzer I'm gonna use, because I don't have any bronzers from the UK, because I have 2 drawers full of bronzers, so I definitely didn't need any bronzer. However, this palette, which is my very favorite palette of all time, comes with a bronzer. Comes with a couple bronzers. And this is the Jenna Tutorials Giddy Up palette. And these are, and then we have all these bronzers over here. So I'm just gonna like mix these 2 here and put that on my cheeks. So yeah, so now I'm just bronzing up. Soothing Sugar, this is the powder duo. It's the powder and the blush. This is from the Pink Honey and Carry On collection as well. It does come with a little puff, but I actually don't like to use the puff with, I like to use it with a wet sponge, at least for the powder, because, you know, look at how pink that is. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the sponge with a little bit, a damp sponge. So as you can see, it's very pink. So like I said, I wish I would have done this for my pink under eye makeup, but I didn't have this collection yet. But I mean, I have so many pink powders. I do have the Jordana Tisha powder, which, let's just see the difference in the pink. They are very similar. So I really didn't need this, but I still just had to get this collection because it's just a pink under eye collection. So anyway, so there's that. Okay, I do realize I look like a clown right now, but it's okay. We are gonna keep going, pushing forward. So now we are going to use the opposite end. This side right here was for the powder. Then you flip it around, and this full side is for the blush. So I'm gonna dip it in the blush, and we are going to press that on the outside. Of course, if you wanted a softer look, you could just use your brush. But for the full maximum of the blush, you'll use this little sponge. So I'm doing this. It's so funny, you know you're doing this right when you look like a Neapolitan ice cream, because you've got pink, brown from your bronzer, and then you also have the white from your light pink highlight. I have another light pink blush, and this is from Pink. This is Pink Rose, and it's from the Beauty Crop, and I'm just gonna put that with a brush on the very front, just on the cheeks right here. I'm gonna go back with the actual puff, and I'm going to take that powder part and just kind of dab a little bit of that together so the blushes mix with the powder. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm now going to take a bronzer to do my nose. For my nose, I always use the Hoola bronzer. I have this little Benefit Hoola kit. Luckily, this has a mirror in here, so I could just use this as my mirror. I'm going right over kind of where I had the other cream bronzer. So yes, I'm kind of getting grossed out seeing this, so let's take this off really quick. I will take the little side, and it literally just peels off. Like that. And I'm left with like a little lip line. Do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, so for under my face, like it's still sticky right here with foundation, and even though I have dry skin, I don't like that feeling. I'm going to take yet another powder, and that's why I literally use so much skincare. My skincare, I mean, I use the snail mucin, I use hyaluronic acid, I use a YSL like water serum. I have so much hydration under there that all these powders, I need that. So what I'm gonna do is take this powder, and this is from I Heart Revolution. I know they sell in like CVS, they sell Revolution, and also at Ulta, but this is different. I Heart Revolution, I believe, is UK brand, so it's not the same as the Revolution brand that you see in like Ulta or CVS. Just it is a different company. This one is I Heart, has like a little heart. So I'm gonna just literally take this, and this one's the peach powder. So there's banana, which is more yellow, and this one has like a little bit of a peach undertone. So yeah, they're definitely different. And I'm trying to balance out my skin with all the powders here. I want to make sure everything else is, you know, it's a little bit lighter in those different areas. I'm actually going to take the little smaller puff, and we are going to do the baking of my nose. And I'm not baking with the pink powder, I'm baking with this one. For lashes, I am going to wear, this is another UK brand, and it's called Lulabelle's lashes. And the style that I'm gonna wear is LH02. This is my favorite from this one. I do have a few different styles from them, but this is my favorite, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop those on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my lashes, and these are a little half lash, so they're very full on the outside, which I just love this style. I don't have a powder for this part because I just use the powder that's my own skin tone. I like the Fenty Beauty for this, and I just dust away that baking underneath, so it's gonna make that kind of a little bit more uniform. It takes away that light colored and just kind of blends out that little harsh line. I'll go on the top too. So I am going to use yet another powder. This is the Max Mineralized Skin Finish. It's actually just like a satiny kind of powder. I like this just to kind of dust away the baking here. It's not as heavy as the one that I just put underneath my eye to bake with, of all that color that I had underneath. This is just a very satiny finish just to smooth away all of that powder. The next thing I want to do is take this, it's called Glow Drops from Jekka Black. It's a highlighting, it's just to kind of give your skin a little bit of a luminosity. Just take my damp beauty blender and just kind of pop it a little bit on here, just on the tops of my cheeks to give a little bit of luminosity. And kind of bring back a little bit of dewiness because my skin's so matte and powdered up here. So you can see it just gives a little bit of glow. I'm gonna use two different highlighters. For my cheeks, I'm going to use the Take Two Cosmetics. This one is actually in Love Potion. And I'm gonna take a really soft little brush and just dust it right here on my cheekbones. And it's such a pretty little pink. I don't want that much pink on my nose. So for my nose highlight, I'm gonna take, this is from Doll Beauty, and this is called Like a Diamond. Super pretty little highlighter, but it's more of like a champagne-y color. So that's gonna go on my nose. And then I'm gonna go underneath my eye with my shadows. We are gonna go back to my P. Louise palette that we used originally. And I'm gonna go back with the same colors. I'm gonna take that little, this little brush, and I'm going to take that dark color, the first color that I used on my actual eyelid, and I'm gonna go underneath my eye. And I'm actually just kind of like stamping it on there. And you can actually do a black or a dark brown liner in there, but I'm gonna do a different little look. I'll show you in a minute. So I'm just putting that like that. And then I'm just gonna like literally clean that off on here and then just kind of soften those edges really quick. I'm gonna go with this size brush, and I'm going to take those colors. I'm gonna take that red that we used and go right over that. Remember on the very top of the other shadow at the top, we did this color. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, kind of mixing it in, but also layering below. And then I'm gonna take that last color, which is a mixture of the coral and the brownish color, to the lower part of it. Really blow it down low. And that just gives like a smokier under eye. Now, like I said, you can take a black eyeliner, but I'm gonna take my jumbo pencil in Milk and do that as my waterline. So before I put mascara on the bottom, I'm gonna take my setting mist again, the Wee Cherie setting mist, and spray this on all over. Because I already have that kind of lip liner on, I'm gonna take this from Doll Beauty. This is called Thank You Next, and it's a little bit like a brown. I'm gonna go right over where I had that lip line. This is gonna kind of make it look like a little contour of the lip to make it fuller. And then I actually don't have any lipsticks. I only have one gloss. And this is from Peaches and Cream. And this is the color called Bambi. And last but not least, I will take my mascara. I did have a mascara by Doll Beauty, but I didn't like it because it dried out really fast, and I don't actually wear mascara. I only wear it on the bottom. So it dried out super fast, so I knew that I won't be repurchasing that one. I'm gonna take my regular mascara that I like for the bottom lashes, which is the MAC Giga Black Lash. And we'll just put this on the bottom. I felt like I wanted to do this because it's so funny that there's so many products that I have from the UK brands that are so nice. I love them so much, but not even a lot of people know about them. So I thought, hey, why don't I, as an American, go ahead and do this video to introduce to possible people who have never seen them. So anyways, I'm gonna go fix my hair really quick, and I will come back with the completed finished look. Okay, so I'm back with the finished look. Basically, when I say finished look, I already had my finished look, but I just added, I just wanted to fix my hair just to kind of see everything all together. I feel like I should have done this look for my pink under eye, like I said before, because I'm looking at myself and it's like literally legit pink under eye. So, but I did want to talk about that because I know on my pink under eye video, I talked about the Cariad collection, and I want to show you what that is. So Pink Honey is the company, but Cariad is a I guess she's been on YouTube also. I didn't know that until recently, but I found her on TikTok and I love her under eye look. So I started like using that technique. However, I had my own products and I found out she was going to come out with her own collaboration with Pink Honey, and I couldn't wait to get it. Now I'm thinking, okay, all these pieces that she was showing, I'm thinking they're going to be like $20 for this, $20 for that, because I'm thinking about the makeup that I get here. But this is just to show you how inexpensive like UK brand makeup is. The collection itself, this is just one of the bundles. This is all from Bubblegum Pink. Now there's 4 of them. There's Baby Pink, Bubblegum Pink, Hot Pink, and Party Pink. And yes, I got all 4. And the reason why is because when I found out, I don't know if it's because I was on her live when she did the launch and it was a little less, but even after that, it was still cheap. Just the whole, you couldn't buy it separately. It was just all one bundle. All this came together for one bundle for $25. So I was like, oh my God, I'm thinking the powder alone was gonna be $25. So of course I was gonna buy it. So basically I got the 4 different bundles. Now I'm gonna show you, I don't even know, I know it's limited edition and that's why I went ahead and got them all, because I was like, first of all, it's such a great price. Second of all, they're not gonna make them anymore. I don't know how long she's gonna make it, but I got all 3 bundles. And just to show you the difference, I have the other 3 colors. These are, so this is Bubblegum Pink. This one is Baby Pink. I believe this one is Party Pink, and this is Hot Pink. So they're 4 little, they're all the 4 like liquid blush, and then they have the little highlighter, the corrector to go with each one, and the powders. So this one's really bright, but anyways, I just felt like, oh my God. And then the packaging, I think if you watched me from the very beginning of my YouTube, I always talked about what a sucker I am for packaging. Like if I wanted that packaging, I would buy it no matter what the product was. But this packaging is so friggin' cute, but the product is amazing. So I definitely told myself no more buying for cute packaging. Like I remember when the Kylie Cosmetics came out with the Grinch. It took everything in my soul not to buy that collection just for that packaging. But I knew I wasn't gonna use those products because a lot of the colors were nothing I'd wear. So I was just like, Rochelle, don't do it. So I didn't. So I kind of regret it because I really would love to have that. But I wanna say the last thing I bought for just packaging was and I did a video on every one of them, was the Villains collection from ColourPop. I still have all that, but I think that's the only time I've ever worn it. So to me, I stopped doing that. I won't buy for packaging unless I'm gonna use the product. So anyways, I just thought I'd throw that in there. I just noticed in my monitor that my drawer's open. So yes, you can see my whole drawer full of all these. This is all pink blushes. I know they're like cream blushes and powder blushes of pink, and it's pretty sickening, I know, so we won't talk about that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.